What up, guys? Swifty here, covering everything Chicago Bears related. Today's video covers some of the news coming out of recent OTA practices. After the canceled OTA on Tuesday, the Bears moved Thursday's practice up and now have a practice on Wednesday and Thursday. We had some more shuffling on the offensive line, a couple of big-name vets were no-shows, and a big-time rookie wasn't present. The Bears also released a couple of clips from practice, both featuring Velus Jones Jr. and some other tidbits. Be sure to like the video. Coach Eberflus spoke about how practice went on Monday, why practice was canceled, and how things went yesterday. Matt said the offense dominated on Monday. He counted 11 chunk or deep passing plays. So Justin Fields and the offense were rolling on Monday. He then added that the defense bounced back a bit yesterday. The Bears have one more OTA practice today, so we should have some more updates tomorrow as well. Mandatory mini camp comes next week, June 14th to the 16th. That will be the biggest practice period of the offseason until we get to training camp. We should have some good things to talk about next week. I can't wait. But what kind of news came out of this week's practice? Jalen Johnson is back with the first team and making plays. Exactly like I predicted, but some people made a big deal about him working with the second team last week. There was an interesting note, though, at cornerback, as him and Kyler didn't get to work together again. Our top draft pick, cornerback Kyler Gordon, was not on the field, but he was inside Hallis Hall. Flus declined to comment, so nobody knows exactly what is going on yet. It could be a minor injury, but I think it 100% has to do with his contract status. He hasn't signed his contract yet, and I think they are just working out the details before next week's mandatory minicamp. It's possible he could be back on the field today, but we will definitely know the answer to this by next week's camp. Don't overreact here. I'm pretty sure they were just working out his contract details. It is possible he also has a very minor injury or just wasn't 100%. Either way, I expect Kyler is just fine and he will be on the field for camp next week. The bigger absences to me were veterans Robert Quinn and Eddie Jackson. These two guys should be leaders on this defense and are two of the most veteran players we have. This week's OTAs were not mandatory, so it's not a huge deal yet. Next week's camp is mandatory, so Quinn and Eddie Jackson should both be here by then, or they risk being fined. So where are they? Why aren't they here? Are they unhappy? Do they want to be traded? I'm never one to jump to conclusions like that, unlike the national media. They are both veteran players and both have big contracts. I don't think there's even a chance that Quinn or Jackson are holding out for contractual reasons. To me, they might even both be overpaid. Not a whole lot to make a big deal out of here, but if either of these guys miss next week's mandatory camp, then it becomes a big story. I've said it before, but I'll mention it again regarding Robert Quinn. I do not see him being traded yet. I think it would take at least a third-round pick to get Poles to move off him. At this point in time, he's more valuable to the team than he is a late-round draft pick. He can help mentor our younger pass rushers, and he's a solid pass rusher off the edge, as evidenced by him breaking the Bears' single-season sack record last season. Some final thoughts on the canceled OTA practice. Flus, Cody Whitehair, and Cole Kmet all said the same thing I did the other day. It wasn't a big deal. We have a ton of young players and a new coach, and intense practices are to be expected. Also, people want to blame the coach a lot, but Eberflus didn't order the contact. He wanted guys playing physical, but players also have to learn how to practice at full speed without the contact and just have to find the right balance. Either way, it's not a big deal, and the culture in the locker room is in a great place right now, which is great news after the nonsense that Matt Nagy let fly. A couple guys also spoke on Justin Fields, so let's update you a little bit on that. Flus was actually in Dallas with Dak Prescott during his rookie season and his second season. Eberflus said he expects a huge jump from Justin Fields this year. He was asked what Fields has improved upon the most, and he immediately said footwork and timing. He complimented the job that Luke Getsy and quarterback coach Janako have done. Cody Whitehair then also added, he has much better command in the huddle, he has more confidence, and he's ready to be a leader this year. Everyone on the offense has high praise for Justin Fields. Continue ignoring the national narratives. Justin Fields will show the world what he's capable of this season. There was also some shuffling on the offensive line, with Braxton Jones lining up at left tackle, Larry Borum at right tackle, and Tevin Jenkins was lined up at right tackle with the second team. Main thing I want to say on this is don't overreact. They are trying to find the best 5 offensive linemen, which brings me to my video tomorrow. I will go over why they are rotating guys around, what it means, and who my predictions are for the starting 5 offensive linemen. Stay tuned. I will be here breaking down everything Bears related. Be sure to hit that like button, and until tomorrow, bear down.